Fancy running into you here, Father Wazi. And you brought a couple of friends in tow.
Oh, hey, Scarlet.
If I remember correctly, she's...
Indeed. As you can see, I've managed to sneak away from my duties long enough for a hot date with my boy toy here. We'll be patrolling the city, so I leave the rest of our work in your capable hands.
Can you not say things that'll confuse her? You're the squire who helped us in the operation, right? Thank you so much.
We didn't have much time for introductions then, did we? Still, I've heard plenty about you. They weren't kidding about how cute you are.
Scarlet?
I'm just messing with you. Catch you later.
Aisha, we can't do rehearsal without you. It's like you get absorbed into your own little world whenever he shows up.
Was that really necessary?
I don't believe my eyes! Did you go up a cup? How those monster melons continue to evolve, I'll never know. I better inspect for padding.
Could you please stop?
Yeah, I'm feeling kinda nervous all of a sudden.
I, for one, can hardly wait to say hello to my future in-laws. I am Muse Egret. It's a pleasure. I owe much to both of your children.
Ah, I've heard much about you. It can't be easy to shoulder so much responsibility at such a young age.
Not at all. Instructor Reen's love and support give me the strength necessary to overcome any obstacle.
Oh my. Love, you say?
Can't you spare me your harassment in front of him?
I see that Elise wasn't exaggerating. You are quite the character. I'm glad that she and Reen have someone like you to come to when they need it.
Think nothing of it. That's what family does.
Doesn't miss a beat, does she?
She certainly does not. Anyway, I want you to keep watching over me, Instructor. There's still so much I have to learn from you. So I won't let you just disappear. I won't let you leave me.
So, I did what I promised I would. Instructor, don't you think I deserve a word of praise for my accomplishments?
Can't argue with that. Your motives are worth a raised eyebrow, but you did really well. So, well done, Muse. I'm proud of you.
You have no idea how it makes me feel to hear you say that.
Major? I'm sorry. I wouldn't have come in if I'd known you were here.
Is that you, Reen? Why don't you come into the water? You must be cold standing there. We haven't had a chance to talk in quite some time.
True. We're long overdue for a talk. Well, if you're comfortable with it, then I'd love to.
By the way, Reen,
Yes?
this feels very overdue, but I wanted to thank you
For what?
for all you did during the rivalries, for all you did for Milliam, for facing me head on, and for granting His Excellency's true wish. Mere words feel woefully insufficient given all you've done. But I also didn't want my gratitude to go unspoken.
That's very kind, but you really didn't have to. I was just doing what I wanted to do, and I couldn't have done it alone.
That's about what I expected you'd say.
This might sound kind of sappy, but I feel like it was worth it all just to see you smile again.
You really are oblivious to how you sound sometimes. Jokes and thanks aside, there's something I wanted to ask you too.
What is it?
Are you truly happy right now, Reen?
Of course I am. Busy, certainly. But I am happy. I still can't believe we made it through the Great Twilight. We even got Crow and Milliam back. I was hoping there was a way we wouldn't lose them, obviously. But deep down, I had already given up and braced for the inevitable. It wasn't without some goodbyes. But it's all over now, and I can still be with everyone I care about. Which includes you, of course. The joy I feel about that hasn't gone anywhere.
I'm glad to hear that. Still, there's a difference between being happy over something and you yourself being happy. You went through a lot during the Great Twilight, including having to say farewell to your father. Despite living in fear you would disappear or lose your friends, you came out the other side with victory in hand. You, Reen, persevered to save us all. And I can believe that's made you happy, yes. As much as I can believe that happiness continues to cast a punishing shadow over you. Am I wrong?
I'm speechless. You really can see right through me. You're right. I'm still not sure how to handle the happiness I feel. I know it's there. I'm just not sure how to truly accept it. All the people who died on the first day of the war did so because I made the Great Twilight happen. Do I even deserve to be happy when they can't be? Or forgiven for what I did?
It may not be my place to say this, but I think you're the only one who can decide that.
I suppose you're right.
I know how you feel, because I'm in exactly the same position. You were concerned earlier that I might be overworking myself. For me, I'm just trying to atone for my sins by throwing myself into my work.
Major, that can't be good for...
Don't worry. I can calculate how far I can go as well as any number. I'm taking care not to cross the line into self-sacrifice. It's tempting, though. Every time I achieve something to make Erebonia's future better or see you and Milliam's smiling faces, I get a little closer to forgiving myself. It's not something I can do overnight. It's every moment I can justify forgiveness, no matter how small it is, that gets me one step closer. As long as I don't falter, I'm sure I'll be able to like myself again one day.
That's a mature way of going about it.
Far from it. I'm duplicitous to a fault.
I wonder if I
don't think my approach will work for you. You're much too sincere to go tricking yourself into feeling anything other than how you feel. I know it won't be easy for you. Just, I hope you can let yourself be happy.
Easier said than done, I'm afraid.
Maybe. But if you let it elude you forever, I'll always be one good deed short of being able to fully forgive myself.
What am I even supposed to say to that?
I did call myself duplicitous.
I know it's March, but it's still cold to be out at night, Yuna. especially in areas that still have snow on the ground.
What are you doing here, instructor?
I could sense you out here from inside my room. Given how late it is and how new you are to Ymir's weather, I couldn't help but worry.
You can't just whip out those super senses for any old thing.
Maybe. But every time they prove useful in a situation like this, I'm glad I spent time honing them.
What are you sitting down for, anyway? Aren't you here to make me go inside?
This isn't the academy dorm. There's no curfew here. If you want to stay up a little late, I'm not going to stop you.
Wow. You sure you should be saying stuff like that to your impressionable students?
I don't think it hurts once in a while.
So, you're not going to ask me anything?
I'm not even sure where to start. I feel like you're the one who has to be willing to open up here.
Open up? You think I'm just trying to act fine when I'm not, don't you?
Not just think it. I know I'm correct.
You are. You are, but how many times has this happened now? Over and over. Rosbell finds itself in danger, and every time, I get all worked up and cause more problems for everyone. I'm just tired of being such a burden. So what choice do I have but to bottle it all up and deal with it on my own?
I get what you're trying to say, but you're missing the fact that everyone wants to help you when things go south. That goes for all your classmates. And me. If it was the other way around and one of your classmates needed help, wouldn't you want to give it to them?
Well, yeah. Of course I would. But I think you're the last person I want to hear that from. I get you're our instructor and all, and students aren't supposed to be the ones teaching the teacher, but...
That's not why I don't turn to you. Thing is, I have the same problem you do. And I need to work on it too. But turning to your friends, or your students, for comfort and advice isn't a sign of weakness. That's what they're there for. And that doesn't change, no matter how many times you have to do it. You help each other, so you can move forward together.
Then, can I...
Go on.
Can I turn to you for comfort now?
Of course you can.
We fought so hard. And we thought this was finally it. So, why did they go and take it away from us again? Why can't Crossbell just be free? What did we do to deserve all this? Just leave us alone!
Do you feel a bit better now?
Yeah. But now the embarrassment of all that crying in front of you is really starting to set in. Anyway, don't worry about me. I'm fine now, really. No matter how many times people take our home, we'll just take it right back from them.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, I guess it is getting late. I'm gonna head back to my room. So, thank you for lending me your coat. I'll give it back now. I don't want you being cold either.
Thanks. Good night, Yuna. Well, I'd better get to bed too. It's been a really, really long day.
is it that matters most to you? Can you truly turn your back in the face of what you hold dear?
From Elia.
I was hoping you'd notice. It's what she had you deliver to me during Crossbell's last bid for independence.
What is it that matters most to you? Can you truly turn your back in the face of what you hold dear?
Those words have kept me going over the last 2 years, no matter how bad things have been. As long as you don't lose sight of the most important thing to you, your path will always be clear. That's what I believe, at least.
What matters to me most. Right now, that would be liberating Crossbell. Oh, I still don't know how we're going to achieve that. What I do know is that the rest of the SSS and all our allies are out there working toward the same goal. So if we can reunite with them and work together, maybe we'll have a chance.
I think so too. That was how we made it through our last crisis, and it's how we'll make it through this one. We have to keep believing and focus on what we each can do to help. And above all, never lose sight of what matters to us most. For me, that would be everyone I cherish, including Arkansas. And you too, Lloyd. So please try to be kind to yourself. I'll be right here with you if you need support.
Risha. All right. I will. Sorry for worrying you. It's just as you said. All we can do right now is focus on what is right in front of us. It's simple, really. I can't believe I forgot that after all we've been through.
I agree that knowing what's happening in the city is a good idea. We just need to be careful. Hopefully, it will give us an idea of what to do next. So I'll give you all the help I can. It's the least I could do for someone who's always accepted me. Whether I was Risha Mao or Yin.
Thank you, Risha. I'll do everything I can to protect the things and people we both cherish. No matter what it takes. We will liberate Crossbell.
Of course we will.
Good job hanging tough for so long, Ellie. I'm glad to see you're all right.
You show up out of nowhere at the perfect time, and that's all you have to say to me? I was so worried, and I thought I may never see you again. You're not still hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine. Sorry that I worried you. I'm so happy to see you again, Ellie.
Lloyd, Please forgive me, Lloyd. It's not Cecile's fault that Kia isn't here. Not at all. It's entirely mine for abandoning her. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I could have ran to her voice and grabbed her hand, and I chose not to. I don't deserve to call myself her guardian, or even be a part of the SSS.
So that's what happened. It's going to be all right, Ellie. Kia's just fine. I'm sure of it.
How can you be so sure?
We've done nothing but force hardship on her ever since we returned from the Azure Tree. While we fought for our home's freedom, she stood by us and helped however she could, despite being separated from her best friend. And never once did she not have a smile on her face. No matter how hopeless things felt, Kia never stopped smiling for us. She never gave up. We were the ones who swore to protect her. And there she was again, being the one who protected and supported us. Just like always.
You're right. She always has. We were only able to continue smiling ourselves because her smile was giving us hope. I think that's exactly what she was trying to do the day we were separated, too.
I'll be fine! We'll see each other again soon, I promise! There are other people who need you!
I couldn't see her face, but I could feel how desperate she was to encourage me, even though she must have been so scared. How can one little girl be so positive?
I'd like to say that's how she's always been. But we both know she's even stronger now than she was before. Kia isn't the same girl she was when we first met. She's no longer powerless to fight against a terrible fate that was decided without her consent. She's one of us now, in every sense of the word. Always with us, always fighting and smiling. In just 2 years, she's grown and become the Kia Bannings we all know and love. That's why, if she says she'll be all right, and that we'll see each other again, then I know we can believe her. So there's only one thing left for us to do, right?
Yes, you're right again. I think deep down, part of me still thought of her as a helpless child that needs us to look after her. I should have known better. Should have seen that as we were getting stronger, she was right there with us, getting stronger too.
Well, I'm hardly in any position to judge when it comes to being overprotective of Kia. But the thing is, she put her trust in us. So it's only right we do the same thing when she asks, right?
You're on fire, huh? Right again. There's so much for us to do right now. The only way we're going to manage is by taking it one step at a time. Kia told me she would be okay, and that there are other people who need me. I'm going to place my faith in that. So I'm sure we'll be reunited as long as we stay the course.
That's the spirit. It's only a matter of time before our paths cross again. So we don't want to disappoint her when we meet up. I'd say we owe it to her as her guardians and as her friends.
This is so like you, Lloyd. Always encouraging me when I need it most. It's been this way for a long time, hasn't it? That night on the roof when I thought of leaving the SSS. Even when I decided to become grandfather's secretary during the occupation. Sometimes I wonder if the only reason I've been able to keep going these last few years is because I knew you were with me. Words can't express how grateful I truly am.
I'm flattered, but I don't think I did anything particularly special. I've known for a long time that your future was going to lead you to politics. And I know you'll make Crossbell and the world a better place. So I'm happy to do whatever I can to give you a push in the right direction if you need it.
Is that the only reason?
I hope the reason you look after me so much isn't just for the good of Crossbell.
I thought it would sound cooler if I put it that way. But you got me. I think my feelings are a little more straightforward than that. I want to do what I can to help you realize your dreams because you're Ellie. You're important to me. That's the real reason.
Thanks. I know I forced that out of you, so forgive me for being a little selfish. I think that's just what I needed to hear to begin looking forward again. You always make me feel like nothing is impossible, not even getting our home back.
Because nothing ever is. And I'll be right here to tell you as many times as it takes.
Particularly you, Ellie. You're looking much brighter than you were before.
Well, It's true. I do feel much better now.
Tio. Sorry I kept you waiting again. I'm glad you're okay.
Do you hear yourself? I'm the one breathing a sigh of relief. Your injuries seemed so severe. And then we were all separated.
So that's what this is all about. I can't imagine how tough it's been for you three being kept in the dark. Thanks for worrying about me. I know it couldn't have been easy.
It never is. You're always so reckless. But I knew you'd come looking for me again. Lloyd, I'm so glad you found me.
Wasn't gonna stop till I did.
Aww.
Would you listen to them go on and on?
I'm so happy for you, Tio.
Would you knock it off with the crying already?
We heard about the attempted coup from Major Revelt. It must have been so hard for you, Reen.
You're kind to worry, but I'm fine. Better than fine now that you're both here. All I have to do is see your face, and it's like my heart feels a little lighter.
Then it was worth it, huh? But there's no river I wouldn't cross to find you if you needed me. Though magic makes it simple enough to skip the river crossing route if there was an emergency. So don't you forget that all you have to do is call, and I'll be right there.
Listen, Reen. Don't go biting off more than you can chew. Being an instructor doesn't mean you have to be the strong one in the group 24/7. I didn't have to be because you were there for me. So that means you don't have to be because I'll be there for you. At least I'll try to be.
You just get it, don't you? Thank you. That makes me feel a lot better.
Good.
I think it's natural for people to want something to cling to when times are at their most trying. We've lived through an era where our home has been stripped of its pride and taken advantage of over and over again. And for the longest time, we dreamed someone or something was going to come along to make things right again. For a fleeting moment a few years ago, I wanted to believe the Crossbell Defense Force was that very thing. Yet in doing so, I turned a blind eye to the sacrifices that were coming at the cost of our freedom. The people accepting the Supreme Leader as Crossbell's new ruler are no different.
I suppose you're right.
But as someone who lived through it all before, I don't believe that acceptance is what defines us as Crossbellans. What does is our resilience. The way we stand back up and dust ourselves off, no matter how often life kicks us down. It's how we kept dreaming of independence, even while under Imperial rule. Our hardships have made it so we can hold on to that ray of hope, even in the darkest of hours.
I couldn't agree more. That optimism is at the core of who we are. That's more valuable than independence could ever be. And it's something we can take pride in. People may have lost sight of what makes Crossbell what it is for now. But if we can remind them again...
Exactly. If we can show them what it is that makes us Crossbellan, then I know we can take back our home. I believe that with all of my heart. Because of you. Because you opened my eyes the same exact way, Lloyd. I'm asking you to withdraw. Please. I know this won't keep us from coming to blows down the line, but please, at least for now.
What happened to that rock-solid resolve of yours? You say you're willing to give your life for the cause, but when it comes down to it, you can't even commit. The Noelle Seeker I knew was never this weak. She would stick to what she believed in and never hesitate. As you are now, even a simple detective like me could take you on in a fight. If you win, then you can arrest all of us on the spot. But if I win, Noelle, you're all mine.
What? What are you suggesting?
Oh, that.
The last part aside, you were there to tell me exactly what I needed to hear. I'll never forget that. Now it's my turn to support and help you, just the same, Lloyd. So let's keep on fighting, to protect the home that's always been so dear to us.
How could I say no to that? Of course. I'm with you all the way, Noelle. And I promise I won't lose my way again.
Neither of us will.